Hey everybody, what's up? It's Tipping the Scales. I'm your girl, Lachey Dawson.
Hi guys, I'm Tania, also known as T. I love the slow down version, Shay.
Oh, you know, sometimes you gotta slow it down. After 102 times of saying it, it's like, why not switch it up?
I know, right? You do say it a lot. What's exciting? What's up in your world? What's going on?
What's going on in my world?
What's up? What's the
so many good things, actually. So this is my second Pretty Girl Sweat event that I went to on a Sunday.
Ooh.
Shout out to Aisha Branch.
Hey,
she
Aisha.
is the co-founder of Pretty Girl Sweat here in Atlanta chapter, encouraging women and just really everybody to live a happy and healthy, active lifestyle.
I'm all about that.
Yes. So today we did double Dutch aerobics, which was so much fun because it was like play with a little bit of like, you know, just fun times with your girls. Like it was so good. And we call them Sweat Sisters. So shout out to my Sweat Sisters.
Hey, Sweat Sisters.
Right. And then when I came home, Nafis was cleaning the house. It smelled so good. I was like,
yay.
I literally had an orgasm as I walked in the door. Like,
Oh, nice. You know I love them.
You know what? I'm not ready.
I wasn't. Little tease,
love you.
Little joke, but not
you
so
know,
much,
my orgasm sister.
She didn't say her orgasm sister.
I mean, we should normalize having orgasms.
It should not be something we should be afraid of or not proud of.
Exactly.
It's a very great thing.
And if you're not having them, reach out to, you know, our team. You know, we have a doctor on hand. So let us know a couple episodes in.
Hit us up. We have someone for you.
So, yeah. But yeah, it's been good. It's been a good day, good week.
Yay. And, I love that.
I'm excited for our live episode. So,
yay.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped for it. Just, first of all, just being able to see you in person and getting to hang out. That's everything. But just having a live audience for the first time is hella crazy, but super fun at the same time.
Right.
I am legit nervous. My girlfriend's husband asked me today, he was like, how you feeling, T? You nervous? I'm like, you know what? I think I am a little nervous.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
Good nervous energy though, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, of course it's good nervous. I mean, I guess I just want people to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like when it's, you know, you want the drinks to be pouring up. You want it to be enough food. You want to make sure everybody's mingling and like,
you know how something all comes together. Like you get a little nervous and then it all comes together. You're like, yay, it was fine. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So putting ourselves out there to a live audience is different, but
but we're having fun. These are our tippers. These are our friends. These are our family. These are our extended family members. So to be able to hang out with you guys and hopefully come check us out in Atlanta. It's going to be fun time. So, you know, check us out on Tipping the Scales. Go to Instagram so you can see our invite that's out there. Super cool. And we're going to have some fun.
Yeah. And shout out to Sophia for a fire trailer.
Hey, Sophia.
Our video. So thank you for that. Yeah. So, you know, we're just doing our thing over here at TTS, you know?
Yes. And thank you, Title League. We get to hang out with Hong for the first time.
Yes.
That's exciting. I hope we don't fight about technology because now I'm like a big girl now, like stepping up. You know, I haven't had issues in a couple of episodes.
No, actually, I've been the one having the issues.
I don't know.
So
roles reversed, maybe? I don't know.
But this is the reason that I don't talk shit to people is because I know that whatever can happen to someone can happen to me. So that's my number one why I don't talk shit. I kind of
as soon as I start getting good, I'm like, I'm talking shit. Last time I was like, wait. The funny thing is, guys, one time I was talking shit about Hong, and then in the midst of me talking shit, my computer started crashed. I was like, oh my God, does he have like some type of secret agent little microphones in my house that I don't know about?
He put that juju on you.
He put that juju on me. I'm super pumped about the Super Bowl. You already know.
Oh my God.
You guys need to check me out on YouTube. See my cute little stylish little Eagles hat. I had to sell. Last time I wore an Eagles t-shirt. Now I'm wearing my little Eagles hat. Just getting ready for the Super Bowl. And I'm excited.
Hyped for you.
I'm pumped.
I'm hyped for you. I'm hyped for the Eagles. Obviously, Philly's my second home.
Yes.
You know, I'm a Steelers fan, but you know what? If I can't root for my teams, and then my mom's a Chiefs fan. So of course I want my mom's team to win, but I also want your team to win. So
thank you.
May the best team win.
Yes. And that best team will be the Eagles, but okay.
Sorry, Lori.
Sorry, Miss Lori. I do love you though. Speaking of Miss Lori, we're supposed to, Shay never found our tickets. That's still your Christmas present, Miss Lori. I did say I was going to take us all to see a Sade concert, but we have to wait. I think we had to, oh, that's right. Sade wasn't here first.
Yeah.
We have to wait till like
We have to
spring.
wait. Yeah.
She'll be here. Okay. So long as you know, Miss Lori, I'm a woman of my word, and it's coming when she arrives.
Oh, it's going to be epic. Dinners,
so much fun.
Dressing up, singing.
Oh, we're going to have so much fun. I think we should record one of them.
Oh my God, with our moms? Yep.
Yeah, well, how cute would that be?
We're doing that.
Okay, so switching gears. Bye, moms. We're done talking about you guys. We love you, though.
Back to what we came here for.
Do you believe that there are double standards in relationship? And if you do, is it okay?
Oh, I mean,
that's a loaded one, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, you know me. Like whatever is the standard, I'm probably not going to do what's the standard.
Okay.
So double standards are the standard in our society, meaning like men do one thing, women do another thing.
Right.
So my thing is, I just like to do what feels good, right? Like, do I think they're okay? I think sometimes they work.
Well, I think some obvious double standards for me is I don't
obvious?
like for me, I don't like taking out the trash. So you're my guy, you're taking trash out. Like that's just customary with the job. Like trash, boyfriend, trash, yes, check. I don't want to touch it.
Right. Well, that's a gender role. Is that technically a double standard?
I don't know, but because but they don't expect me to do it.
Right.
Well, the reason why I
think a double standard is like if you cheat, then the world's over. Like if women treat like the girl, so the woman, like it's over. Like if we cheat once, then it's over. But the world expects if men cheat like us, like women, to put up with that. So like I'm trying to think about what other double standards are there in a relationship.
Well, I could tell. So the reason why I asked you the question, because Brother Muhammad says that there's always double standards with him and I, because he says that I go gallivanting all over the world and I don't answer my phone. But if he did that,
answering the phone,
it would be a major crisis. Like, oh, you're going to blow me up. Or if I come back from out of town, I'm just not in the mood to be intimate and I want to wait a few days. He'd be like, oh, if I did that, you'll be very suspicious and be like, oh my God, you're cheating, you're blah, 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 blah. So he brought up this whole double standard thing. I was like, you know what? I got to ask Dr. Love, because he is hell bent that I am like the living example of double standard. And I just don't think that. I mean, like you do stuff. So
this is great context.
You call me Benita and didn't answer your damn phone. Like that's what happens. I didn't call you Ricardo or Jim or Jones or whatever. I called you Rick. What's your name? But anyway, I'm sorry. I digress.
This bitch is crazy. But that was great context because my head was a completely different place. My head was at the standard of like society, but you brought up a good point by giving more context. It's like double standards in relationships depending on what is normal for someone and not normal for the other person inside individual relationships, right?
Hell yeah.
So that's to Brother Muhammad's point. He's like, you can do stuff, but I can't. But to your point, your double standards, like, bro, I always answer my phone, or I always do this, or I haven't shown that I'm untrustworthy.
Right.
So if I don't answer my phone, chances are I'm probably doing something that's trustworthy. I'm either working, I'm either tired.
Normally I'm in meetings. Like, that's what happens when I don't answer my phone.
When you don't answer your phone, or when you turn your phone over, like, I don't know. Like we've had, incidents. So it's like, you can have a double standard because of the actions that someone has led you to believe, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think it depends on the people and their patterns that they basically that you see all the time, right? So
yeah, I agree.
Are double standards okay?
Maybe. No, probably not.
Let's just talk about it, right? Like let's try and work the kinks out because we're all humans. So we might develop them organically and not even realize.
And so I agree with everything that you just said. I think for me is like, okay, you said, is double standards okay? No. Well, all right, probably on the surface, no. But I think what happens is if there are double standards in any relationship, then I think what you need to do is peel back the onion and figure out why are there double standards? Like what has happened? Like,
Okay.
why is
That's
it
right. Okay.
good for the goose? It's not good for the gander, right? Like, so why are you able to do certain things that I can?
Right.
And I just find it to be very tit for tat because if let's just say like it's a pet peeve of mine that I don't know, that you answer your phone when I call. If if that's something that's serious to me because of something that maybe transpired in our relationship and maybe there's a vulnerability there that has been created by circumstances
Yep.
and now that's what makes me feel comfortable, then why do you have to be petty because I want that? Then they say, well, I want that too. Or you can go to sleep and if I go to sleep, don't want to have sex, it's a big deal. Like,
Right.
I just felt like, why do you want to do the same thing and I do? Like, like what makes one satisfied may be very much different from the other. And I just
Right.
don't think that you should have the expectation that we always do everything the same. Like,
Right.
you know, his thing is he always says, and I understand, is like relationships are bilateral, like it should be like even, but
Uh-huh.
there's certain things that you need and certain things that I need that may be different.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that we need to always say like, well, you do everything I do, I'll do everything you do just for the sake of just the sake of doing it. Like that to me just doesn't make sense. It's like,
Yeah.
what does your partner need, in
Yeah.
my opinion?
Yeah. So in my opinion, double standards are a negative thing. So that's why I'm a
Yeah.
no on the double standard, but I totally understand that they may be created based on patterns and behavior, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so
That's
I
my
get that.
point.
So my thing is like you said, let's communicate or let's put the double standard on the table.
Yeah.
Like Brother Muhammad is right. And like if I don't answer my phone, then it's a whole big thing. And if you don't answer your phone, but again, let's put the facts out on the table and say, like, okay, well, that's right. There's a double standard being developed here, and maybe he's the one who feels like he's on the short end of the stick. But let's
Probably.
like make rules and communicate about certain things. So that way you know that like if we don't answer our phone within 10 minutes or within an hour, like at least send a text and just be like, yo, I'm doing this,
Yeah.
whatever. Right?
That's what I try to do. Like, yeah,
Right.
hey, now there is a little bit of petty in me. So I
Yeah.
need to call myself out
Okay.
because I call everyone out on this pod. Everyone's used to it. Now everyone's like walking onto eggshells when
I
they
love
come
it
around
though.
me because they're like,
I love
don't
it.
do anything. She's gonna call you out on tipping the scales.
I love it.
Right? And and make sure you guys are following Tip of the Scales wherever you get your podcasts. That's important. Please follow us. We always have some good stuff that comes out. So don't forget that.
Mhm.
But no, I mean, I will admit right now that I can be real petty.
Mhm.
For example, I'm upset, like you do something to tick me off, then I will purposely, like you sent me, because he sent me this long text and it was very nice and it was sweet. It was very thoughtful, but I ignored it because I was mad. So that's probably wrong for me to do. I have to call myself out. Like
Mhm.
if there's an expectation and I want him to answer his phone, and then if I'm not in a meeting, I'm just or respond to a text, then I should probably respond. Like because I expect it, right?
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
and I shouldn't be doing it just to be petty. Like if
Mhm.
I had a legit reason, like we said earlier, like if I'm in a meeting or running around or doing something, that's fair. But I shouldn't be petty Betty and just ignore you just because I'm mad. Like I have to do better with that for sure.
I agree. I agree. But again, like let's just wipe the double standard out and like what's the standard?
Yeah.
Like,
What is
what's
the
the standard
standard?
in our relationship? What's the
Yeah.
standard for T? And what's the standard for Brother Muhammad? What's the standard for Shay? And what's the standard for Nafis?
Because it may look different. It may not be the same for each person, right?
Exactly.
Like, what are some of your things that you like your must haves? Like, you want Feast to do X, Y, and Z. Like, what's your thing? Like, do you have a thing that you
Yeah. So
really is important to you?
excuse me. I think what I was kind of my big issue was like carrying and pulling the weight of each other. Like, if you see that I can't pull the weight of cooking, cleaning,
Yeah.
stuff like that because I'm exhausted,
Yeah.
I don't think I should still be expected to or held to the standard if you see what I have to deal with in my life.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's not necessarily, I may have the time, but I might not have the mental capacity to do
Yeah.
it or to execute on it or whatever. And so he has done such an amazing job with picking up
That's
that slack
awesome. I like
because I have
that.
been mentally occupied with other things.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been just being like thoughtful about the grocery list and like, but before that was like one of my things that I was just so frustrated about that I kind of never really communicated because I thought I had to be superwoman and that's what women are supposed to do and hold the house down. It's like, whoa, like
Yeah.
we got to
No.
figure this out. right?
I think it
So
could be
like,
shared for sure.
yeah.
I love to cook. It's just my jam. Like it makes me, it's just something I love to do. I love being in the kitchen.
Uh,
And I have no issues for cooking, especially. I mean, I'll be in meetings all day, and I'll maybe turn off my camera if it's like a meeting that I'm not leading,
yeah.
and be multitasking. I may cook a quick meal, and at the same time, I'm still actively in my meeting. I may do that because I'm in meetings for like 12 hours a day. I have no
Yeah.
time to do anything.
Yeah.
So I might do something, but but I don't expect him to do it because I do it. Now it's nice when it happens. And he has like, I tease him and he knows about it. He has like 5 good things that he can cook. And if he makes one of those things, I'm super excited, but
Yeah.
he definitely tries. And I think that's the thing though, guys, when we talk about double standards is like, if you are making the effort to do the things that makes your partner happy, I think that is what is of the utmost importance, right?
Mhm.
Like that you're making the effort, like, I think we all know those, I call them red flags, the things that pisses off our partner or makes our
Yeah.
partners upset. Like we all know it,
Triggers.
right? The triggers. Thank you. Yes,
Triggers.
that's the word, right? We all know our partner's triggers.
Mhm.
And I think if we be respectful, acknowledge those triggers, be mindful of them, and not intentionally try to pull those triggers, I think that will make a huge difference for sure as it relates to that whole like double standard.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think just double standards in general, it's just like a class system. It's right. It's like
Yeah.
you fit in this class because you're, this sex, like a woman or a man or, whatever your class system is. And like
Yeah.
the standard is male and female, right? There's no standard
Mhm.
for non-binary or, however you identify. And so it's like that's why standards or double standards are so negative because it's like not everybody fits in all of that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you communicate what you need as a person and
Yes.
say F all that
Love
stuff
that.
and like what works for us in this
Yes.
environment? And the biggest thing is just communicating past anything that the world forces you to do or that your unconscious bias,
Yes.
puts in your brain, basically.
Yes, absolutely. And on a side note, can I just give you a quick compliment because I love your glasses. You look super cute. I love those clear frames.
I don't play about my frames.
Okay,
That's part of my identity. So,
like you guys,
you.
if you haven't done it yet, and we've been talking about it because we're super excited about Pair Eyewear. They have some amazing glasses, super affordable. We're talking about just $60, including prescription. And it's exciting to be able to see some great styles that you can choose from that are hella cool. I happen to love like my Phoenix Suns toppers that I wear I'm actually going to wear them when I go to the game in Atlanta. It's just, they're cool. So please make sure that you take the time to go to paireyewear.com, get glasses that stay as fresh as your unique style with Pair. So that's paireyewear.com/tipping for 15% off your first purchase. That's Pair, PAIR, eyewear, EYEWEAR.com/tipping. Go get them, guys. Go check them out.
It's
Check
the
'em out.
affordability for me. Okay.
Yes.
$60 for your base frames, $20 for your toppers, $25
Crazy.
for your toppers. I mean, come on. And all I have to take is one case with me instead of 2 cases. They're all fit.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
And last I'll say about Pair, I could go all day and talk about them because just how amazing they are, but they actually do some good. So all the stuff we talked about, the style and the affordability, the fact that for every pair that you buy provides a pair of glasses to a child in need is just crazy. So please make sure you go check them out, paireyewear.com. So as I look ahead, I said, okay, no, double standards, not good. No bueno. Can't have them as negatives. And I think
answer your damn phone, basically.
But
I'm
no,
on
you
your side
brought
this time, Brother Muhammad. So,
well, yes. I don't mind. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
okay.
Sometimes
just
I
letting you
can't,
know.
but I did call myself out for being petty Betty. But I love what you said though, is the fact of standards. Like, because what are standards? Like, and I feel sometimes that standards are meant to put us in a box.
Mhm.
Right. And we want to be breaking down boxes. We don't have no time for that. Like,
That's why we get
everyone's
caught up
unique.
because we be trying to fit everybody and ourselves in these boxes that someone created.
Yeah. Nobody
These
got time for that.
standards.
Yes. But I think, being respectful, I think at the end of the day, and we have talked about so many different topics, go check out our library. There's so many good content out there, but it all goes back to respect.
Yeah.
No matter what topic we're on, I feel like everything is rooted in respect.
Right.
Have respect for your partner. That's what's important. Like,
have respect for people.
Humans.
Humans.
Yeah.
That you interact with every day.
Animals. I love Sunny. Hey, Sunny.
Well, yes,
Shout out to
there are
Sunny.
animal lovers. I am not one of them, but I'm not an animal hater. So
yes.
at the end of the day,
be kind.
Yeah.
That's what we have to do for one another.
Yeah, but like literally just have respect for the things, the space that you're in, the people that you encounter with, and those standards and those boxes and the double standards, whatever it is, like give it grace. Like I understand we have certain things that we want to uphold, and like I get it. Like a lot of people are like, what's the world turning into? Like everything's just a go these days. Like there's no rules, there's no this, there's no that. But my thing is like, if it's making people's lives better, if it's making your relationship better, if it's making the situation better, do your thing. But if it's, stopping people from doing certain things, or you're judging people based on what you think is right and what's wrong, it's like, I'm not here for that. So I hear what people are saying, but it's also like, have good judgment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Judgment is key. Yeah. And knowing your partner, of course. Speaking of knowing your partner, does Feast have any like pet peeves or triggers that you do? Like, or is a certain thing that he likes you to do that be consistent with, or because he seems so laid back. Like
this is the dilemma: is that Nafis is he's just willing to. He doesn't have any kind of standard when it comes to that. He's just like,
I love
Shay,
that.
I love you. I love how you do this. I love, like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I even feel like an asshole because I'm like, why do I always have so many things? But maybe that's my unconscious bias.
That's
maybe those are you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe those are things, how I was raised and what I've been told. And, so it's like he's just very easy. He adapts. I mean, there's times, like I told you guys before, that he will be like stop talking to me, or like calm your voice, or commentate, or just put me in my place in general. But it really will stop there. Like he just, he has his lines, and I kind of know those lines, and so I know when I'm, doing too much or whatever.
When you need to
see
like
his body,
take it back down, or his body language. Yeah,
he's really just a dope human, and he doesn't.
No,
that's always be like, can I do anything? Can I improve? Can I? And he's just like, girl, do your thing. I'm just so proud of you. I'm so happy for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I guys, thank you. I just lucked up. Like
you definitely got blessed with a good partner. Yeah. Okay. I got another one too that I've heard all the time that comes up is if, and I don't know if it falls under the umbrella of double standards, but I feel like since we're on a topic about relationships, that is certainly, I've seen it before and it happens to me as well. So if there was any type of hint of like cheating, or even doesn't have to be present in your relationship, but let's say it happened in a previous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman has some doubt about her partner cheating, or even, whoever it is, if a person has doubt about their partner cheating, can I please say this? And I mean this because I'm sick of hearing it. That does not mean that your partner is insecure. It doesn't. Stop saying that they're insecure. That doesn't mean, like, especially if you've done some shit and now you got your partner on ease about some stuff, that doesn't mean that they have insecurities, or insecurities are not their own insecurities. There may be some relationship insecurities that you helped create and you have to own, but don't blame your partner like, oh, you're just so insecure. Like, that's just not the case. And I'm so sick of hearing it that it legit makes me annoyed.
Yeah, and that's actually unhealthy for someone to continue to say that. It's actually gaslighting, even though that's like one of the like common terms in present day, but that is gaslighting. And so if you're doing that, you probably should stop. And let's talk about what insecurity is so that we can rule that out, right? Insecurity is meaning you need me to check in at every time there's, I go to an event where there's men. Or insecurity is I need you to show proof of things. If I say something, that it is what it is. I was here, I was there, or I was on the phone with, or whatever, I was texting. So, and that person needs proof. Though that's
Yes.
insecurity. So if you're not doing those things, you're probably not insecure. But
Yeah.
if you need if someone has a pattern of something and you are curious about that and you have to ask extra questions, that person needs to understand like that's a pattern that I've seen, and I just want to make sure that we're
And
communicating that
recognize.
you're getting through it and you're working through it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
just I think it's all about patterns. And I mean, I've been cheated on before.
We've all. I've cheated on and I've been cheated on. Like it
Yeah,
happens.
same. And I've
Part of
grown through
growing
those
up.
things.
Yeah.
I actually know what it feels like and I know what it looks like. Um, so
Yes.
you feel it in your gut more than anything. And so yeah, so it's like I just want to be clear that so we don't go down these paths, I need X, or and then it's also too like, are you willing to do that? And if they say yes, then that's just a standard that you are setting in your relationship to be able to hold someone accountable to. And if that person doesn't feel like that, then it's going to be a long relationship, or
Yeah.
it's going to be a
Or
long,
it's going to be a tiring, like an exhausting
yeah,
relationship too.
exactly.
So, like, I quickly just looked up because I wanted to see like what the textbook definition of insecure. And it says not
Good.
confident or assured, uncertain and anxious. Like that's what the textbook version of insecure is.
Mm-hmm.
And that not being confident is not in oneself. The lack of confidence, like for when I have dealing with some previous issues in my relationship that everyone knows I talk about on my podcast,
Yeah.
is due to a lack of confidence in the person, not lack of confidence in me. So
Yes.
when I'm called insecure, it's like, oh, you're just being insecure. It's like, no, bro, I'm not insecure at all.
We've been here
The
before. I
lack
know
of
what it is.
the lack of confidence is in you. It is not in oneself. It's not in me.
Due
I'm very
to the
confident.
patterns one has witnessed with you or prior, patterns I consistently continue to see or call out. Like
Yeah.
that is obvious. Just like if it was work. You're head of HR. Okay.
Yeah.
If you continue to hold someone accountable for being late, right?
Yeah.
Turning in projects half done. God knows what, those two things are huge, right? And you have to double check or hold people accountable. And that person's like, you're insecure. It's like,
You're
no,
like, huh?
ma'am, no, sir.
Do your job.
You,
Person, human.
that's all. That's it. That's
Yes.
all. It's like, I'm not insecure. I am telling you that your patterns are proving me to make sure I check up on
Like
you.
it's not about
follow up.
me. It's
Right.
about you and the things that you need
Right.
to do. So I think, look, I am definitely a person that, I've said this before, like I love love. I think that love is beautiful. I think, relationships are special, especially the ones that are successful. I
And their
honestly
work.
don't.
Lots of work.
That's what's coming up next. I was going to say, I don't think that there is a relationship that is not worth putting in the work. And when things like this, we talk about double standards and all those things that happens, I think
Mhm.
that may be part of like the journey. But the things that you want to do, if that person is worth it, or if you see that this is someone that you can build with, and there's going to be some tough times, right? Like it's not going to be just roses and cupcakes and balloons and things like all the time. There's going to be some bumps in the road, but I think you just have to make sure that this person is willing to do the things that is going to make you happy and not intentionally, not even if it's unintentional, not being inconsistent. Because I think that's something that's a really important word in relationships too, is consistency. Because when you're consistent, like screw double standards. Like you won't even talk about double standards if you're being consistent. Because that's what I have issues too when things are inconsistent. Like you act a certain way, when I'm around, or if act different when I'm out of town. Like that's inconsistent. That's going to cause some areas of vulnerability in our relationship.
Or it's consistent.
Mm.
Think about that.
Say that again.
Inconsistency in action, but consistent in what you're noticing.
Mm.
You're noticing a consistency of this behavior, but it's inconsistent in what you say you want or what you're communicating to me. So dissect both of that, right? Like
Some little sprinkles, some little droplets.
You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Love wanted to sprinkle right before we end our little episode today. Little droplets she's leaving for us, eh? Listen, tippers, we just want to collectively, like just from Title League, for Tipping the Scales, from Shay and I, like we just want to thank you for everything that you do for us. We appreciate you. Continue to listen to us. It's just exciting to be a part of this journey. It's so exciting to be able to have a live in-person episode that we're going to be doing in Atlanta. So some amazing things are happening. So please, please, please continue to follow Tipping the Scales wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to check out paireyewear.com. Got it? Is that fair? Sound good? Okay.
Sounds
Thanks,
great.
guys. See ya. Bye.
Bye.